With the first choice in the 2004 NFL Draft, the San Diego Chargers select Eli Manning.
Right now, we just hope that a trade can happen.
Eli Manning and the Giants have finished off the Patriots.
The Oakland Raiders select Robert Gallery, offensive tackle, Iowa. The New York Giants select Phillip Rivers.
Rivers with the blitz picked up, fires end zone, touchdown! Threaded it in there.
What a year, 2004. It was a great year to be a team looking for a quarterback as you get a look here at the top picks from the 2004 NFL Draft. Matt Money Smith here, joined by our draft analyst at NFL.com, NFL Network, the scout, the super scout, Bucky Brooks. Did it for darn near a decade. And look, we're going to get in our time machine here, Bucky. We're going to go back a decade and take a look at that 2004 NFL Draft class. And imagine the teams could wave a magic wand and have a do-over. Hindsight being 2020, perhaps that 2004 draft looks a little bit different. In 04, Bucky, you were a scout. Where were you? What do you remember about this draft?
It was a great draft. 2004, I was with the Carolina Panthers. We took Chris Gamble with the 28th pick. This guy played at a Pro Bowl level for several years for us. Had an outstanding career being a Panther.
Well, and you see there, 5 seasons in the NFL. You went through the draft process, a second-round pick yourself. So let's take a look here. This is how the 2004 top 10 looked. And just for posterity's sakes, we had the New York Giants at number 1. Let's just assume that that trade was made prior to the draft. So you only have one change in the top 5, and that would be at number 2 instead of the left tackle with the T-Rex arms, Robert Gallery. You're going with Ben Roethlisberger.
Hey, big Ben Roethlisberger, 2-time Super Bowl winner. Guy has emerged as an outstanding player. Imagine if the Raiders had a quarterback like that, big, stout quarterback, had some athleticism. They wouldn't have the problems that we've seen over the last decade with the Oakland Raiders.
All right, now let's get a look at the top 10 players from 2004 not selected. Here are notable players that you had to choose from in the draft redo. And you see, Jared Allen, how about that? The defensive end, I have a feeling he'll be making an appearance. You got Chris Clemens, the defensive end, just released by Seattle, as a matter of fact. A lot to choose from is what we're saying, Bucky.
Talented class. You list some of those names, the Jared Allens, the Chris Clemens. There are a lot of people that you could choose from. If we had a crystal ball, we could go back. Some of these names would change. I can't wait to take a look at some of these guys.
Well, let's see. Do we have a change? At number 6, Kellen Winslow Jr. for the Browns.
No, I like Kellen Winslow
Really?
Jr. there because, look, he had injuries early in his career, but this guy was a Pro Bowl player in 2007, was a dominant playmaker. Didn't live up to all the expectations, but in 2007, he was fantastic. I think he played well for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, certainly, and hard to project an off-the-field injury that had a dramatic effect on his career.
But you could say that he was probably one of the first of the big-bodied receivers that became tight ends that really took over, changed the game in terms of ability to split out, his ability to get down the field, make big plays, and that high-powered offense. Rod Chazinski, the offensive coordinator at the time, helped he and Derek Evans become Pro Bowl players.
And of course, he don't care about nobody but this you. So here we go from pick 6 to pick 7. The Detroit Lions, one of the many wide receivers that our friend Matt Millen took while the general manager there. What do you do at number 7, having the ability to go back
Even though
in time?
the league has shifted to a passing league, I still believe that you have to have a franchise running back. How about Steven Jackson that came out of Oregon State? Big physical runner. This guy gained 1,000 yards, 8 straight seasons starting his career with the St. Louis Rams. Imagine if he had that kind of production in Detroit, being able to see what their receivers have been able to do, Calvin Johnson's and the like, being able to run the football between the tackles with now a quarterback like Max Stafford, Calvin Johnson on the outside, an explosive offense that also has the physicality that you want in Detroit would exist.
Wow, a running back in the top 10 here in 2014 with the benefit of hindsight, Bucky. If only the Lions would listen and get that grinder to run between the tackles to help that offense out. All right, we go to number 8, the Atlanta Falcons select cornerback D'Angelo Hall out of Virginia Tech.
Hey, I like D'Angelo Hall. This guy's been one of the more prolific ball hawks in the National Football League, 43 interceptions.
Okay.
This guy has been a 3-time Pro Bowler. You think about what he was able to do, being a semi-lockdown cornerback, a guy that's a ball hawk. You have to like that. You have to like that production, particularly in the Georgia Dome. I think the Falcons are pleased that D'Angelo Hall was there.
All right, so we have a lot of similarity. 4 of the top 5 stay the same. We've got Kellen Winslow Jr. and D'Angelo Hall. Look, call me crazy. I think we're going to go in a different direction from Reggie Williams here.
We don't like Reggie Williams landing the fact.
I don't think Reggie Williams is staying there.
No, we're not going to go there. We're going to go and find a pass rush because it's a premium on pass rush in the National Football League. Jared Allen is my pick there. You think about it, this guy has more sacks than anybody else since coming into the league. He was a long snapper at Idaho State. I evaluated him, went all the way to Pocatello, Idaho to watch him snap.
You did not.
Punts, Absolutely. Jared Allen, talk to him. This guy has been a much better player than anyone could imagine. His motor, his intensity, his ability to get off the edge, he would do the Jaguars well coming off the edge. I like this pick at number 9.
All right, and nothing against Dante Robinson, but we saw the board a little bit earlier of notable players not taken in the top 10, and I got a feeling we might be going in a different direction for Houston. I think so.
You think?
Call
Look,
me crazy.
I'm going to say this, and it's not a sexy pick when you think about getting a big man, but representing the U, we think about Vince Wilfork coming in. Nose tackle, dominant player. The best way to become a dominant defense is to be strong up the middle. Vince Wilfork inside, his ability to play the 1 technique or the 3 technique, he gives them that dominant presence that sets the table. I think he's a great pick for the Houston Texans.
All right, well, we got in our Wayback Machine, and this is how it would look with the benefit of hindsight. Bucky Brooks draft do-over for picks 6 through 10. But he didn't stop there. You can check out NFL.com/draft do-over to see Bucky's revamped entire first round of the 2004 draft from picks 1 to 32. That is NFL.com/draft do-over.